Hey, what's up? It's Dave here from the Matt and Dave Show, thanking you for listening and reminding you to like, share, and subscribe if you like what you hear. I think you will, but I'm biased.
He's Dave. I'm Matt, and this is the Matt and Dave Show. Home of the new Matt and Dave Show handshake. Wow.
Never do that again.
No, we never will. Never did.
No, we didn't. We didn't. And we never will. That is just so weird. It's like how I imagine like two squids French kiss. Just this like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I want you to picture this in your head as you listen to this conversation. I want you to really imagine whatever that handshake was based on two squids French kissing.
And then think of Matt and Dave.
And then think of our hands doing it.
Yeah, let's not
and then
do that again.
Never want to have sex again. Just retire from sex. Just be like, you know what? Abstinence. Abstinence forever. Wakanda forever and abstinence forever.
If we leave, if we happen to leave any kind of legacy because of the Matt and Dave Show, I hope that it's abstinence forever.
Abstinence forever. Oh,
I mean, really, that's the whole purpose of the show. Like, hey,
Right.
if you're not having sex, listen to these two guys.
That's not true. It's not true. We want you to do it while you're having sex.
Don't listen to us while you're having
Oh,
sex.
absolutely.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I don't listen. I don't even listen to me when I'm having sex.
Well, I do.
Wow, we just really started off on the wrong foot there.
I like it. All right. So, I do have something.
I hope so.
Because
Because you took over like you had something, so just
I
go.
did. No, I do. So I wanted to talk about that new Oscar category.
The popular movie.
Yes.
Best popular movie.
Best popular.
Or is it favorite now?
Who gives a
What
shit?
is it? I don't know. Whatever. Best popular movie.
So,
Okay.
what do you think? I'm curious your thoughts before I go into whatever rant I feel like I'm going to go into on this.
I haven't really cared about the Academy Awards in quite a while
Why is that?
because of all of the reasons why they pushed to have a popular movie category. I never saw any of the movies.
Yeah.
The movies came out. They came out like a week before the actual awards aired.
Okay.
Or they were like limited release movies or just whatever. And I just really stopped caring. And it didn't seem like it was about the film industry, because there were so many movies. It feels like there's 11 months of movie releases.
Yes.
Right. And now with the technology that we have, the streaming services, all the original movies, all that stuff, there's so many more avenues to watch movies and see movies.
Yes.
And it feels like
Then theater releases.
Right. It feels like movies that are nominated for Academy Awards are only like released within a month prior to the award ceremony. Sometimes they're announced as Best Picture nominees before I've even heard that they were. It was an actual movie
that existed.
That's how I found out about the movie, and I'm pretty plugged in. If you haven't been paying attention,
Yeah.
So
73 episodes now.
Right, exactly. So I haven't really paid attention or cared. I don't watch the Academy Awards. I did watch this past year because of the Greatest Showman.
Yes.
And I wanted to see the live performance of This Is Me.
No, yeah.
And see if they won, because I was like the two guys who wrote the song. I wanted to see if they would be like, they'd win another one, because I think they won the year prior.
Sure.
So I don't think it's a fair representation of all the movies that are available. I think there are some fantastic films that are being made that are shown throughout the year. And I'm not talking about Marvel or DC or popular movies, whatever.
Right.
So basically, I haven't watched because of the reasons why they introduced this category, but I still think this category is kind of a joke. It's kind of a ratings grab. Maybe a lot of people feel the same way I do, which is why they said, well, now we'll give you this category that recognizes the movies that you guys love. But shouldn't that be what the Academy Awards is anyway?
Well,
So that's how I feel.
but could you not make the argument, and this is just to piggyback onto your point, that not make the argument that the movies that we love aren't good enough for Academy Awards? Like, clearly they've seen these movies. It's not like they're not going to submit Black Panther for Best Picture.
Sure, but I think that you're right. You're absolutely right. But what makes a Best Picture? You know, like, I think the storytelling with Black Panther was very good.
I agree.
We walked out of that film going, "Wow, that was amazing!" Like,
Yes.
the villain had a great story. There was a message there.
Yep.
The effects were great. The
Yep.
acting was great.
Yeah. Yep.
Characters were great. Like, you know,
Agreed.
okay, so isn't that what you look for in a Best Picture? Why can't Black Panther be considered that?
And I think Black Panther could be considered that. I really think they could. And there's been
I agree.
occasions where mainstream movies do get that bump.
Dark Knight was a good example.
Yep. Titanic.
Titanic. What about it?
Didn't that win some?
Yeah, well, like all of them.
Right. What I'm saying, but that was also a very mainstream movie. It was a very it was a commercial and critical success of a movie.
So was Return of the King. You know, they do fan service sometimes.
Well, but is it fan service, or do they just recognize, like, of the crop of movies that came out, that was the best one? Like, is Black Panther a good movie? Yes. Is it better than anything that's going to be currently nominated this year for Best Picture?
I don't know, because those movies have not been released yet.
Right, and that's the
They
thing.
won't be released until January.
Right. And
And that's the problem.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like the idea of the category. I think, like, getting $1 billion should be enough for you. Like,
I think that was Rob Lowe's point too. Wasn't he? Was like the first one to come out
oh, was he?
and speak. Oh yeah, he was huge. A lot of people in Hollywood are saying this
Sure.
is ridiculous.
It's stupid.
And you're right. Like, you know, Disney doesn't need a best popular movie Oscar. Like, everybody knows that Avengers is probably the best popular movie this year.
Yes.
Let's just leave that alone. We gave them all the money in the world. That's all they're gonna
Right,
do.
like-
And really, at the end of the day, that's what they're about.
What more do you
don't
want
need
out
an
of
Oscar
me?
to sell me on this movie.
Right,
I'm
it's
good.
gonna be
I'm good.
fine.
Now, I will say this though: sometimes the movies that win Best Pictures or have that Best Picture buzz or Oscar buzz are movies that I'll go see because of that.
Right.
Shape of Water is
Yes.
a perfect example. Now, it looked interesting, but everybody saw it. Everybody said it was great, and it won some sort of. Didn't it win Best Picture?
Yeah, it got Best
Okay,
Picture.
Best
yeah.
Picture, and okay, now I'll see it.
Yeah,
You know?
right. That is
I don't
like the
need
catalyst.
Right. I don't need an Oscar to go see.
Right.
You know, Thor.
No,
Ragnarok.
you're gonna. That's why they have Best Special Effects. Now, there are definitely categories that could be added to the Oscars
or taken away.
or taken away, but fucking Best Favorite Movie or, like, what was it? Favorite or favorite high end, but whatever the fuck the name of it is not the one. You want to give me a Best VO category, Best Voiceover Actor? I think that'd be a great category.
Oh
to
yeah,
add.
best voiceover performance.
Yeah.
That would be great.
That'd be a great Academy achievement. I really liked Scarlett Johansson's performance in Her. Do I think it was good enough to get a Best Supporting Actress nomination or a Best Actress nomination? No, but they shouldn't be left out of that because it's an entirely different thing. Voice performance and regular performance are two different things, and you shouldn't be competing in the same thing for it. Like,
Yeah,
there
agreed.
should be a Best VO Oscar.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
I'd be hip to that.
right, but there are tons of things. Best Stuntman, I think, would be.
I agree about that too. And so I follow through a friend of a friend of a friend. I follow a stunt woman on Instagram, and she's not very famous, but she does a lot of work. And she went off about that whole thing on her social media
really?
as well. Yeah. About she was pissed off about this thing.
Sure.
And there are a lot of people out there feel that if they introduced a best stunt person, that the stunt people would go above and beyond and make it even more dangerous so they could win an Oscar. And be considered.
Sure.
And to her credit, she's like, look, stunt people already do that.
Right.
They want the stunt to be the best it can possibly be. We're constantly pushing boundaries
Yes.
to making it look as realistic as possible.
Oh, yeah.
But number one,
They've been doing that
in
for
every
ages.
Right. But number one in every stunt person's mindset when they go into a stunt is safety.
Yes.
nobody in the stunt community is thinking, hey, if we have this opportunity to win an Oscar, we're going to push our boundaries and make it as dangerous as possible.
Right. We're going to die.
Now, I can see where she's coming from. I agree with that.
Yes.
But my question would be, and I'm not arguing, and I don't care, but my question would be, would that influence future stunt people? Maybe it doesn't change the
current
current industry in stunts, but what about the up and comers? What about the new people?
Right.
Hey, if I want an Academy Award for Best Stunt Person, I could work more. So maybe I should try something that I wouldn't normally try to advance my career.
But isn't that the same for literally everybody else that is up for an award?
Yes, but the difference is what they do is very dangerous.
Yes, it is.
So
but actors do their own stunts as well.
Yes, but doing your own stunt does not mean that your performance is better.
No, I agree.
I mean, 99 times out of 100, you're not going to be able to tell, at least the first time watching, that that person is a stunt person.
Yes.
You know?
No, that's true.
It's not until the third viewing, when you're pausing, that you realize, oh, that's not the real, the actual person.
Yeah, that's a stunt
amazing.
double. Yeah.
That's their job.
Right. That is their absolute job. Oh, yeah, I definitely think that deserves a fucking Oscar.
I do too. I think they work hard. I mean, I really do. It's an art. It's an art form.
Absolutely.
And without them, the movies are lacking.
Yes.
Go back and watch action movies without stunt people.
Oh, dude, it's terrible.
Right, exactly.
Or go back and watch the silent movies of like the early teens and 20s, Buster Keaton and all that. I mean, you want to talk about some next level insane, this person should be dead shit. Like, there are no cables, there's no nothing. This dude is letting a house fall on his head and hope he's standing exactly where the window is when it falls on him. That blows my mind. That is an insane thing. Like, can you imagine the outroar if somebody tried that today? Somebody won't even do a YouTube video of that. Please, dear God, don't listen to this and do a fucking YouTube video of that. Yeah. You are an idiot. Don't die because of something I said. Please don't die.
Good. Yes, I think we're covered.
Yeah, that's good.
We'll throw that over legal later.
Yeah, we'll run that by legal. But you know what I mean? Like, so my other thing on this, and I'll step off the soapbox and we'll move on. So you kind of touched on it. Who watches the fucking Academy Awards?
Yeah.
So I heard a very cynical argument that the reason Disney did this was like, you
need to tell people too, like, your reason why you're saying Disney did this is because
Disney,
the Academy Awards are going to be airing on ABC.
Yes.
So the thought
now, is it always on ABC?
I don't think it's always on ABC.
They alternate networks, don't they?
I don't know. The Golden Globes are always on NBC, so I don't know. It's possible. It's possible they've always been on ABC.
Yeah.
That being said, Disney owns ABC.
Yep.
So, Disney makes a lot of those favorite movies.
Yep. Literally, I would say statistically after the Fox buyout, 60 to 80% of them. Yeah.
So that's why we're saying Disney push the Academy to do this, and that's why it's happening.
Yeah. Now, but here's the thing, like the missus and I were talking about this over dinner, like, there's a show unto itself. Now, there are award shows that don't get broadcast. There's like the Independent Spirit Awards and stuff like that, where it's just a dinner, people are sitting around and, you got a host and he comes and does a monologue. And we've been to award shows for stuff that's not even anywhere near to that level. And it's always the same shtick. And these people tout their awards, without you ever seeing it on broadcast television. Do the Academy Awards need to get off TV? Does it need to go to the internet? Because you don't have to worry about commercial breaks. You don't have to do that. You can watch the whole fucking thing online if you want to. You can want to be a purist. If you want to just watch the highlights, they'll do a highlight thing. Like this, the show will still take place. You don't have to pause for commercial breaks, which is really what gums up this show. Like, this show takes forever already, and then the network trying to make money off this show makes it even worse. Like, award shows are awful and long to begin with. Can you imagine sitting in any of the award shows that we've been in and adding a commercial break every 10 minutes into it, like a 2 to 3 minute commercial break.
No way.
Like, how dead drunk would you be by the halfway point?
Should I be drunk before I got there? Because
Right.
that's the mindset I need to be in. That's a good question. I think that the purpose of these award shows is to make money. So if you put it on the internet, what are you going to do? Especially now, what does it matter? You're just basically taking the problem. We've been talking about how it's a problem now where your video on the internet, your 2-minute and 30-second video gets interrupted right smack dab in the middle of it to play a 30-second ad.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What's the difference if you do it online or on television? You're still going to get an ad. You're still going to find ways to monetize it. You know how this works. Every time that you have content, everybody's always looking to monetize it. That's why content is king. Because you get people watching, you get eyes on it, then you can hit them with your message, with your advertisement.
Yeah. No,
so what's the
true.
point? If you're going to put it on TV or you're going to put it on the internet, it doesn't make a difference.
I guess
it's still going to be the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to stop, and cut off Ben Affleck when he wins his Best Director Oscar, right smack dab in the middle of his speech. You're going to go to a 30-second ad about fucking car insurance.
Yeah, you were so jaded about that.
I'm livid about these. Seriously, I just don't understand what the purpose of putting these ads right in the middle, and they don't even make sense. Like, these videos are not designed to have advertisements in the middle of them.
And I will say, but here's the thing, it's a brand new thing for this medium. Like, how can you imagine what early TV was like when ads first started?
But why did we take them from the beginning of the video? You have to watch this 5-second, 10-second clip,
right,
in order to watch the video,
right?
And now we've said, well, people are skipping it or people are not watching the video, so now we're gonna put it right in the middle because we've got you. You're interested,
right?
And you're gonna stick around through this 10, 15-second video because you're gonna want to watch the outcome of this video. And I don't. I won't. Shut it off every time.
So you don't think putting them online would be better?
No, I think it's going to be the same thing until you figure out, look, maybe we don't need a live performance of every single best song. Maybe we don't need to air every technical, award. We don't need maybe we don't need best something. What don't we need? Best
What's
visual
list?
effects.
Hold on. Let's see. What are the potential? What are the potential Academy Awards?
Bring them up, yeah, because I don't even know. I mean, what you have: best costume, best set design, best digital effects, best song, best composer, best score, best book.
Right. Oh yeah.
Best.
I think that's Tony's.
Not best book, but best screenplay or best screenplay original screenplay, best screenplay based on already published work.
All right.
So there's a ton of Academy Award
categories,
and I don't think that you need. That.
Best Picture, keeper. Actor in a leading role, keeper. Actress in a leading role, keeper. Supporting role.
What about foreign language? Cinematography, that's an important one.
Yep.
I don't care. Costume design, that's an important one, but I don't care.
You don't think cinematography is important? Like, you don't care?
I think it's important, but I don't care.
Directing. Documentary feature.
Don't care.
Wow. All right, documentary short subject can go.
That probably, yeah, that's a good one. Mm-hmm.
Editing.
Film editing. So here's the thing about film editing.
Yeah.
The only people who realize that the film is edited the way that it is are the people who've done it or are in the business. Like, I remember before I started editing things, I never even gave it a thought. Now that I've done it and I understand the concept of it, I look at it and go, wow.
It was well edited.
Or if I only actually recognize if it's horribly edited.
Oh, really?
For instance, I've been watching the new, the second season of Luke Cage, and about halfway through the season, there's new direction or new something, and it's just completely awful.
Oh, really?
The editing, the direction, everything is just awful. Oh, yeah.
There was a meme going on about Ray J's hat. You know who Ray J is? irrelevant data.
The Ray J, the music artist?
Yeah. Okay, right.
Yeah,
so he was on this fucking show, and it was one of those reality shows, and he's having a conversation with this dude. There's a reality show, this unscripted reality show, and someone noticed that his hat changed positions every time they cut back to him. In one conversation, it went to like 3 or 4 different places. Like his hat's all kinds of around in one conversation. They're like, y'all, this is some shit.
I mean, what blows my mind about that is the editor. I mean, the editor is sitting there looking at every piece of thing filmed. How do you not see that? All right, go back up. What were some of those other things?
Okay, we got production design.
Right.
Oh, this is another soapbox I wanted to get on. So
you're gonna get in a soapbox in the middle of your soapbox?
Fuck it, I do what I want. It's half my show.
All right.
Music, original score.
Yep.
Love it.
Okay.
Best soundtrack needs to be a thing. Just because you didn't compose the music from scratch doesn't mean that there's a lot of really cool fucking soundtracks out there. Like I
think that goes along with your popular movie category.
Oh, I disagree. I mean, the song selection of Pulp Fiction.
And don't they cover it in the Grammys anyway?
Yeah, but it's not the Grammys. It's the fucking like Pulp Fiction should have won best soundtrack if there was a best soundtrack because it's a great soundtrack. Even though he didn't score it, there's personality behind that. Each of those songs that was picked is picked for a reason, and it adds to the story.
I disagree. I think that's another fan service one.
Oh, bullshit!
I think that's why you have, and there's so many other like fan awards out there. You've got your Teen Choice, your People's Choice, your MTV Movie Awards.
Right, but you don't think a good soundtrack like. Had you put different music in Pulp Fiction, would it have been the same movie?
I think it's very important. But where's the line, Dave?
Short film animated.
Where's the line?
That's where the line is.
Okay.
Short films, no.
You got short films. You got short film animated. You've got sound mixing.
Sound editing and sound mixing, I think, could just be sound. Combine them.
Agreed.
And I'm a sound guy.
Visual effects,
sure.
Writing, adapted screenplay, writing, original screenplay. See, so there's 2, you know?
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, they're both 2 very different art forms.
Yep.
You know, taking somebody's work and then converting that to...
Appropriating it, yeah. Or appropriating is a terrible word.
That is a word. Yeah. That's all right, I do that.
Adapting.
We're not...
But you know what I mean, though? Like... I don't know if there's a way to save it. I think you're right.
I mean, look, sound mixing, sound editing, production design, cinematography, like
here's the thing.
I don't know.
You know what else? Though? If you put it online, you would lose like 90% of the star power for it.
True.
Nobody would want their song on it. Nobody would care. It'll shorten it right the fuck up. Like people appear at these things because it's good for their career. Or they think they have an active chance of winning.
You're very right.
So, like, because I saw, who was it? Seth Rogen hosted the Spirit Awards, the independent movie awards. And they have their own awards thing. And it was at this ballroom, and he did, like, a monologue thing. And it was really good.
Yeah.
Like, it was funny. It was good. It moved along. Like, they talked about some, like, I was like, this is a good award show.
Right.
Like, I would watch this award show. This was a nice award show. Like, it zipped along.
Because it's not as popular. So once it becomes popular, though, the people behind it will go, oh, we have more eyes. We can sell more advertising.
Yeah.
What do we do to get more advertising? Well, we take longer commercial breaks. We put more commercial breaks.
Yeah.
We make sure that the acceptance speeches are shorter. Then I think also because, and I don't know, this is totally me talking out of my ass.
Sure.
I don't know this for sure, but the Academy Awards have started to become a platform for artists to express their political opinions.
Which I wouldn't say started.
Okay, but it's become more so lately. And listen, this is your friend Matt from the Matt and Dave Show saying, I'm not saying they shouldn't do that.
Yes.
What I am saying, though, is that the other award shows, the smaller award shows, the Spirit Awards, all these other things, they're not as large. They don't have as large of an audience. So I feel that there's less of that. It's still happening. I know this is still happening. I've seen it happen.
Sure.
But I feel like it's less of that. So more people will it makes the night go by a lot quicker. When you look at the fan awards, like the MTV Movie Awards and the Teen Choice Awards and the People's Choice Awards and all these other ones, right?
Right.
It's all just about thanking the fans and having a great time, and everybody is excited to be there, and it is the fun stuff. I mean, come on.
Yes.
Fuller House has been nominated for People's Choice Awards and won.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I love Fuller House, but come on.
Yeah.
That is not a perfect, greatest anything, but the fans love it.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, basically what they're trying to accomplish with this popular movie award.
Right, but
again, the fans aren't voting on it. It's the people, it's the members of the Academy.
Right, but isn't that need already served? Isn't there already a fucking MTV Movie Awards?
I agree.
Isn't there already a Golden Globes? Isn't there, I mean, like...
Well, Golden Globes is different.
No, I understand, but I mean, there's already exists these other things. Now, do you think the fact that the Golden Globes exist, really has, like, is there too much now for movies?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know. I don't know either. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of things. Like, I have feelings about things, but I don't know if I could fix it. Like, it's one of those things where you just want to, like, torch it all and start again.
That's true.
Like,
that's very true.
Go back, like, just go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
See what sticks.
We'll see what happens. But I do like your concept of burning it all down, starting from scratch, and seeing what sticks later.
Yeah.
You know who needs to do that?
Oh, I love the segue.
You know who needs to do that?
Who needs to do it?
MoviePass.
Oh!
Those guys can't get their shit together to save their fucking life.
You know what?
And I use those curse words because I feel strongly about this.
You know what? Here's the thing.
In a comical way, because I really don't care.
Do you have MoviePass?
I don't, because that's the thing. Like, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, you should sign up for MoviePass, man. I get a movie every day. It's great. I get to see it." Da, 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 da. You need to have MoviePass. You need to MoviePass. People were making fun of me because I stuck to my
Guns.
other service that I used.
You have another?
I'm not going to say what it is because they don't sponsor us.
Well, I think you have to for the sake of this conversation.
The Stubbs card.
Oh, but do you get free, like...
No. But that was why I didn't, because I got, like, rewards for it. Like, I got money back, I got all the stuff, right?
But that's important. Like, it was an actual reward. Like, I didn't know if you had you were at a competing service.
No, I only pay, like, $12 a year, and I get all this money back. Like, I've gotten so many free movies, and free upgrades and shit.
Yeah.
So I think what I saved in money going as often as I did, there are sometimes I don't go in a month because there's nothing out. So what do I need to pay $20 or whatever it was? Was it $9.99 a month?
No, it was like $20 a month, I think.
I think it was 10. It might have been 50. Yeah, I think it was 10.
Right.
It was $10 a month, but that's $120 a year.
Yeah.
I'm paying, and I paid $12 for Stubbs and whatever I paid to go see the movies, maybe more.
Right.
But I was like, I don't think I need it. It didn't sound right to me. I knew something was up. And now MoviePass is what they've gone through. They lost $80 million. They lost $20 million. And then they took out a loan.
But they were built to lose money.
They were built to lose money, but they never had like a plan to make money. And that's what I saw. Like, I saw that this was a company built to lose money for some reason, and then at some point they were going to flip their script. And then I think they went too far. They lost money. They had to take out a loan.
Yep.
They shut their services down. Then they came back and said, we're going to up our prices, lower the amount of movies that you can see.
Right.
Now they're saying that they're going to they're going to keep their prices what it was, but you can only see
select
movies on certain times. And now it's before they roll out this new service, you can only see like 2 movies. Like, I think this weekend you can only see Mission Impossible or one other one, and there are like certain times a day that you could go see it.
Right.
So they've taken this all inclusive, like any movie you want, anytime, any day, one movie a day. Well, now it's going to be just these 2 movies that are sometimes available at these certain times on these certain days, but we're going to charge you the same amount. They can't figure their stuff out.
Well, it's because they can't figure it out because nobody's figured it out yet. Like, they're the first ones. And this is not me defending them. Like, this has been a pretty poorly run operation from the get-go. Like, yeah, we'll just collect everybody's information. You could just buy their information, really. Like, but you are getting movie watching habits out of people. Like, it's valuable information to some people. Like, is it $80 million valuable to information to some people? Well, I don't know. That's the thing. Like you're valuing what you're potentially going to get, which is really what a business is. You're valuing potentially what you're going to get versus what you're going to spend to get it. I get that. Now, the irony of this is that what they've done, and sure, they have crashed and burned spectacularly. I mean, they have really just cratered. They have cratered in a blaze of fucking Armageddon glory. No, that would have been outside. They have cratered in a blaze of, what was the other one? Deep Impact glory.
Okay. The Elijah Wood version.
Yep.
It's not quite Ben Affleck, but it's Elijah Wood.
It's Elijah Wood.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Well, I was talking in the fact that the Rock actually hits.
Oh, truth?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Because it explodes in fucking spoilers. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Sorry. Anyways, sorry. So, but yeah, no, they've done that. So now all these AMC now I think is making their own service.
They have A-list.
Yeah.
It's I think it's $20 a month, and you can see 3 movies a week.
Something like that. Yeah.
3
Like,
movies
so
a
this
month?
has died so all these others may live. Like, people are clearly excited about this platform. And, AMC can get a lot of information about their movie-going audience, and it doesn't cost them as much to do it.
Well, AMC's already had my information for years.
Yes.
They tracked what movies I saw. They
Right.
have my information. They have my email address. They had all that stuff.
But I mean, aside from the information, like, you're still seeing 3 movies a month. It's the drug rule. You're creating a steady customer.
See up to 3 movies every week for $19.95.
Yeah. That's not bad.
It's really good if you think about it. I mean, 3 movies, if you go, and it's any time of day.
Yep.
So if you were a moviegoer who went at like 8 o'clock at night,
Yep.
it's like a $15 ticket. And this includes IMAX and Dolby, and those things are like $15, $16 tickets.
Yep.
So if you are a big movie, I mean, that might even be something to sign up for the summer.
Yeah.
Think about it, $20, 20, 40, 60. So May through, let's just say, May through August.
Sure.
Let's go May through August.
Yep.
20, 40, 60, $80, right, to see 3 movies a week.
Yep.
There's at least one big movie coming out every week that you're going to want to see.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true. That's true.
And then you can see all the other smaller movies.
Yeah.
And it's so much cheaper. I might do that over the summer.
Yeah.
Hell, I might even do that for the holidays.
Right. That's
November,
not
December.
bad.
November,
Yeah.
December. It's not bad at all.
$40 and you can see all the metric tons of movies.
I mean,
that you
shit.
want to see.
I spent just to see Deadpool 2. I saw it twice.
Yep.
And I spent like $60.
Yeah, it's
You know,
true.
think about that.
It really is true.
Well, that's not true. 15, if you don't count the food and drinks we had at the other place that we saw it. It was probably more like 40 to go see Deadpool 2 twice.
Right, but still. But I mean, so this has spawned something.
It has, yes.
I mean, as just fucking terribly that it's done. Like, operating in the negative, just slapped on bullshit with no actual, like, goal or like, if this was a spaceship, it would just be like a guy in a beat up Ford, Fairlane with like a fishbowl on his head, trying to turn the steer wheel with a can of spray paint with a hole punctured in the back, going, "Yeah, we got this. I need $80 million. We're gonna be fine."
Oh, you're done?
No, you were just doing a real, like, slow nod.
No, because I'm with you. You're right.
No, it was good, but it was good. You were like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
man." Yeah, you did.
It'd be
You
a lot
totally,
cooler if you did.
you totally Tommy Chong that entire thing.
I did. I mean, you're on a roll. I didn't want to stop you.
No,
you're right. And the thing too is, I think that they gave us, this is a classic example of too much too soon.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, you probably could have rolled out this program with, hey, see 4 movies a month for $10 a month.
Right. The fucking Netflix model.
Shit, I would have done that.
When they used to send you DVDs.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
There is a model for this. It's
Yes.
it's a
They'd
slightly
send you 2 at a time.
Yep,
That was the thing. They would send you like 2 at a time, or depending on the plan, they would send you 2 at a time. You could even do that.
Yeah.
Hey, see 2 movies a month for $10, or see 4 movies a month for $10. For 15, you can see 5.
Yep.
For another,
Have a tiered plan.
have a tiered plan.
Yeah.
But you don't need to go all in. One movie a day, every day for, think
right.
about that.
Oh,
For
but that's
$10
not
a
even
month?
when they started. Like, you can see multiple movies in a day.
Oh.
They're like, yeah, fuck it. The sky's the limit, kids. The sky's the limit.
And the sky is falling.
Yeah, the sky.
This is no Chicken Little here either.
It turns out that the limit's the sky. That is as far as you're going to go here. You all right? Don't die. Don't die.
No promises.
Oh,
that's
dude.
great. That's
But
great.
yeah. So hats off to them for blazing the way, and hats off to them for, in a solemn way, for dying in the process.
I will tell you a little interesting tidbit.
Please.
One of the people who was giving me crap and telling me that I needed to sign up for MoviePass, I went in one day laughing at them, and they said, "Oh, I only ever see 3 movies a month, so I'm really okay. I'm going to keep it. I'm really okay with the $9.95 for 3 movies a month because that's all I ever see."
Right.
I was like, all right, well, that's still pretty cheap. $10 for 3 movies a month. Now you can go, like, I always go to the movies, and I go like before noon because it's $5 for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Because you're a senior.
right, exactly, because I'm so fucking old. If I take my kid, then it's $10. Plus whatever concessions we get. But $10, 2 people to go see the movies. $10 for 3 movies a month. I can go to the midnight movie or the 8 o'clock showing on a Thursday when it opens. I can go Friday nights. I like going to movies on Friday, Saturday nights. I don't do it anymore because it's so damn expensive.
Right.
So maybe $10 a month to see 3 movies. If I get it for me and my kid, $20 a month. We can go anytime. It's still a good deal.
Yep.
But I just think that they threw too much at it. There's too much confusion. They're having so many problems. They can't make up their mind on what they want to do. There's no set plan, and for that, it doesn't give me as a consumer. It doesn't give me the warm fuzzies, and that's not really where I want to spend my money.
All right.
That's just how I feel.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think it's very, very fair.
I agree. So, okay, we have done a very good job for the past, I want to say, month and a half now,
Yes.
of staying away from a very specific issue that we
shit.
talk about personally. You and I, we do.
Shit.
We go back and forth about it, and we don't need to get into the politics of it. We
All
don't.
right.
We don't.
All right.
But I think we need to acknowledge the drama that's going on with James Gunn and Guardians of the Galaxy
All right.
and Disney.
Okay.
And it's not. Listen, we're not going to say whether or not we agree or disagree or whatever. I just want to talk about the back and forth that's going on because
Yeah.
it's pretty like.
It's
I feel
interesting.
I feel like I can make a movie
Just about this.
just about what's going on.
Yeah.
So, in case you've been living under a rock, I'm sure that you are all aware that James Gunn, the writer director of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and Volume 2,
Yep.
although I heard that somebody else helped or wrote the original Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know. He was the creative force
Yes.
behind the first Guardians of the Galaxy
Yes.
movies. Before his time with Guardians of the Galaxy, he did movies that you might have heard of. Super
Yep.
was one of them with Rainn Wilson and Ellen Page.
Yep.
He did Slither, which was like a horror film.
Yep.
And he got his start with Tromaville
Mm-hmm.
and Lloyd Kaufman.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote a movie called Tromeo and Juliet.
I did know that.
Yeah,
I did know
yeah.
that.
So that's where he kind of got his
He cut his
beginning.
teeth.
That's where he cut his teeth. And anybody who knows Troma knows that they're a B movie, like a gory.
Oh,
like,
man,
like that's
You're being real generous with that B.
what's the correct word? Exploitive filmmaking.
Yeah.
Is that what they do?
Yeah.
They're very controversial, but in a kind of a silly way.
It's gory, silly,
gory,
over the
silly,
top.
over the top.
Toxic
Toxic
Avengers.
Avenger, yes.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Rock and Roll High School Forever, was that one? No, that wasn't
No.
one. But like, they're really like the movies that you would see.
Cannibal the Musical.
Was that a Troma?
Yeah, that's
Really?
Trey Parker, Matt
Wow.
Stone released that through Troma.
Wow. So basically, like those movies that you would see in the 80s and 90s that were on at 2 o'clock in the morning or at USA Up All Night.
Right.
Those were Troma movies.
Tits, gore,
Right.
titty gore.
Just really disgusting stuff.
Yeah.
So back when he was trying to get James Gunn was trying to be controversial and edgy and things, and he made some comments that a lot of people didn't agree with or
Sure.
whatever. And I guess we should put out there we don't agree with him either.
Yes.
Okay.
No, yeah,
Just,
I mean,
again,
yeah, for the record.
getting by legal.
Yeah. Not that we need to get by legal on this.
Right, exactly.
It's gross.
It's gross.
Yeah.
It's gross. He did apologize for them well before Disney hired him.
Yeah.
He took them down well before Disney hired him. They resurfaced, and you guys know you're pretty much caught up. Disney fired him. He's no longer with Marvel and doing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, he had finished the script and turned it in
Yes.
before this happened, and they were ready to start production in January of 2019.
Yep.
Because I believe the release date for Volume 3 was May in 2020.
I think that is correct, yes.
Yes. So this happens. A lot of people came out in support of James Gunn.
Yes.
Of course, his brother did.
One of the first.
Who plays Kraglin in
Yep.
the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep. I couldn't remember his name. Thank you.
Or those of you that are not comic book nerds, maybe you are women who appreciate television shows. He was Kirk in Gilmore Girls.
Was
You
he?
didn't know that?
I did
Yes.
know that. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Sean Gunn was. You didn't know that? Kirk in Gilmore Girls.
Oh, my God, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I can't believe you didn't know that.
Wow.
Well, there you go. So anyway, that's that. So his brother comes out and says, this is everybody. And first, what you have to say is everybody who's come out in support of James Gunn. The first thing out of their mouth is, we don't agree. These comments. They're jokes,
terrible.
They're awful. They're
Yes.
horrible. Nobody should ever say them.
Yes.
And then they go on and support. So Michael Roker, who plays Yondu in
Yep.
Guardians of the Galaxy, also, if you're not a comic book fan, maybe you like Tombstone, or maybe you like Days of Thunder,
Cliffhanger.
or Cliffhanger. Very good. Yes,
Thank you.
Cliffhanger.
Thank you.
He was also in those.
Yeah.
He deletes his Twitter.
Yep.
Dave Bautista comes out and says, "This is BS. He's a great guy." Everybody in the Guardians of the Galaxy casts has their little things that they say.
Right. They write a big open letter.
Right. So after everybody comes out and says,
Oh,
"Yeah,
yes,
we don't
their
agree with
little
this,"
individual thing, yes,
they all get together. Every last one of them, every single person,
Yeah.
with the exception of Glenn Close and John C. Reilly,
Right.
anybody who's ever been in a
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Bradley Cooper, Vin
Yeah.
Diesel, Chris
Yeah.
Pratt, Dave
Yeah.
Bautista, everybody. Karen Gilligan. I don't even know how. Palm. Yeah.
Oh,
whatever her
yes,
name
yeah,
is.
yeah, Palm,
Everybody. They all write this huge long letter and support and not condoning what he said, but supporting him and saying how great of a person he is and this and this and this. There's a letter goes out. Dave Bautista comes out again and says, "Hey, this is bigger than anything." He makes jokes on Twitter. He's really pissed off. Then he finally throws the gauntlet down and says, "Fuck this. If they don't use James Gunn's script, it's not Guardians of the Galaxy. This isn't what I signed up for. I'm going to quit. I'm going to ask to be released from my contract." Ryan Johnson deletes. No, not Ryan Johnson. Did Ryan Johnson delete Twitter?
Yeah, I don't
Lots of filmmakers in Hollywood are deleting their Twitter because of this.
Yeah.
People are it's just getting crazy out there.
Which is not a terrible idea.
Right, exactly. Well, yes. If I was a celebrity or a public figure,
Yep.
no social media for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely zero.
Yeah. We would have something that would just like auto delete your tweets after like a month.
Well, that's the thing. You can delete your tweets, but still people are going to people are out there like screenshotting shit.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he deleted these tweets years ago.
Yeah.
And then here they are miraculously.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then then the petitions start. Fans are like, "Hey, we want to see James Gunn win Guardians of the Galaxy."
Yeah.
And then other celebrities are like, yeah. And then the whispers start. And then it's like, well, maybe there's a possibility that he could be reinstated. And then Disney says, no, that's not going to happen. But Marvel's really silent about what's happening, and they're not commenting on it, and they're not saying anything. Disney hasn't said anything except for that initial, we don't agree with these comments, they don't fall in line with our beliefs and our values, so he's gone.
Blah, 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 blah.
But who's going to take over? Nobody knows.
Right.
Nobody says anything. Are we delaying production because your guys are supposed to start in about 5 months, and you should have obviously somebody else is going to come in, is going to want to tell their story.
And who's going to want to do that?
Who's going to want to do that?
Do you have a short list?
And normally, then, wait. Here's DC. Hey, DC's like, we have some things. We can't talk to him until everything is cleared up and they've reached a settlement. But as soon as they do, Sony wants him, and DC
Right,
wants him,
right,
and
right.
Warner Brothers wants him, and everybody wants to work with him. So now Disney's like, well, maybe,
Right.
possibly, maybe we can reinstate him.
Yeah.
So that's really where we are with this drama, with this saga.
What
What do you think's happening behind the scenes, David?
Well, here's a couple of highlights. I mean, we should really kind of go over the how this happened ish in the, like, was this kind of payback? Was this payback for Roseanne?
Listen, we're not going to get into the politics of it.
We're not going to get in the politics of it, and but you could make, since we did talk about Roseanne.
These deleted tweets from years and years and years ago, from well before Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, well before, way back when he was working with Trauma. These tweets were brought up by somebody from what they're calling the alt-right.
Well, I wouldn't say Jack Probasek is the alt-right, but someone of a diametrically opposed thing than the people that brought down.
Right. And that person was outspoken against James Gunn for being outspoken about 45.
No, well, so basically the gist I have of this, and I'll paint in really broad strokes, so we're not going to get into So basically, there's an argument that the left has all this power to take down celebrities that don't agree with it. Like the machine will eat itself rather effectively. Roseanne is a wonderful example of that. Like, one out of place, terrible thing, and gone. And if you're on a diametrically opposing view of that, then you're going to want to take some of that power back for yourself. And there's an argument that that's what this was. Like, they found something that is universally terrible. Yep. Like, nobody has not condemned what he said.
Absolutely.
So you have to agree that it is universally terrible, and they offered that up in a plate, and like, look, eat your hypocrisy, or fuck it, I want a head.
Yep.
Like, fuck you, this is what I want.
Right.
Like, if you want to play this game, this is how the game is going to be played.
Right.
Like, and I think you have to talk about how that happened. It's not just one of those things where it was just like randomly manna from heaven. There wasn't, what would be good today? Finding those tweets and getting him fired.
Right.
There's a causality to it.
True.
And that's all I want to do. But I just wanted to make sure we touched on that roughly to make sure. All right. So the other thing is, another huge point is, like, normally when this happens to somebody, when the accusation is leveled, boom, you're done. You're gone.
Right.
You're gone.
A la Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. Gone. Like, you could smell the vacuum that you used to exist in. Like, you hear the air rush in and make a pop. Like you were just teleported everything away.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case with this. Like, it was like, yeah, he's gone.
No, it was, he's gone.
Yeah.
And then everybody else, like, when you, like, usually everybody will quiet back and go, oh, ouch, ew, that's awful.
I'm going to miss him.
I'm going
to miss him.
Christopher Plummer. Okay, that's great.
That's great, yeah.
That's going to be interesting.
We'll nominate him.
I wonder how they're going to pull it off. There's only a month left until that movie comes out.
Right.
And everybody's like, okay, it's done. And no, he's a good guy. This is not...
this is kind of some shit.
This is kind of some shit.
Yeah.
Let's look at what the bigger
and
issue
to go
is here.
against, to run the risk of Disney, like Disney that just gobbled up 30% of its competition in one fell death swoop. Like, to run the ire of Disney in order to stand up for this speaks volumes as to what these people are willing to like put on the line for something they actually believe in, whether you agree with it or not.
Right.
Whether you actually agree with it or not. Like, and that's the other thing with Twin the Roseanne. Like, it's a Disney thing too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it has to be mentioned. It has to be mentioned. But like to say that and like not disappear instantly, I think really speaks volumes about the gray area that people feel that this was occupying. Like, that this was just more retribution rather than like a legitimate thing. Like, somebody just wanted this guy's heads, and that's dickish.
Right.
Like, it's not like this was a surprise. that these tweets weren't already like taken down because he wasn't happy
Right.
with where they
They've
were.
already
and
been
addressed.
discovered. They were already addressed.
Yes.
And the other thing too is since you've gone there,
I'll go there. Again, we don't have to get in the nuances of it.
When
But
James Gunn was fired, I feel like this is nuances though. This is totally not.
Well, you're the
where
one
I
who wants
wanted
to do it.
No, I didn't want to.
No,
I
why
just
not?
wanted to talk about like the drama, the back
Dude,
and
come
forth,
on,
the
we
ping
got to
pong.
do it. We got to do it.
I don't think that we do, but I will say that when James Gunn was fired this time, again, he apologized for them and said, "I understand the business." He wasn't
a dick about it.
He wasn't a dick about it. He wasn't
Yes.
trying to. He wasn't trying to push responsibility on somebody else.
No, he owned up to
He
his
wasn't
shit.
making excuses. He owned up to it. He said, "Listen, I said it. It was ages ago. Obviously, I'm not that person anymore. This is why I did it. I apologized for then. I apologize now. I understand
Right.
Disney's. I wish everybody the best, and I'm sorry this happened."
Yes.
And then he was ready to go, quietly into the night.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
everybody else was like, "Oh, fuck no."
Yeah. Well, which is, again, that's how you handle it.
Sure. Yes. I agree.
It's
agree.
not, oh, man,
I agree.
I took a lot of Ambien back then.
See, you went there, and I purposely
you know what?
did not go
I'll
there.
do it. Fuck them.
I did not want to go there.
Fuck them. It's a tit for tat thing. I'm going to fucking call it like I see it.
know.
You can hate me. Fucking you just got Dave.
But that's,
Find me.
you can't just use the Matt and Dave show.
No, because you'll have to deal with that. At least I'll have to deal with
I
it
don't
on
fucking
my
care. I think it'll be funny.
But you know what I mean? Like, whether you agree that that's an accurate statement or not, that is the perceived notion therein.
Yes.
Yes.
So now, with all this being said,
Yes.
let's get back to what I originally wanted to talk
I'm sorry.
about. What do you think's happening behind the scenes? Like, is there some way for Disney to come out and go, you know what? We've decided, after further investigation,
into all the money we're going to lose.
because look at what happened to Chris Hardwick.
Yeah.
Now was Chris Hardwick fired or was he suspended?
He
Because
was
I think
suspended during the investigation, and then
Right.
they reinstated him.
Reinstated
and
him
then,
after-
like, half
after
his
they-
staff walked out.
Right. Well, okay, but you're jumping ahead.
Well, I'm
You're
just letting
jumping way,
it's
way
the
ahead.
timeline.
He was reinstated after
was.
they did the
They
investigation.
did. AMC did the ending?
They found nothing.
Yep.
His accuser, quote unquote,
Yeah.
did not take part in the investigation.
Right.
Did not cooperate in the investigation. Which hurt her case.
Right.
Which hurt the accuser's case.
Yes.
And
I think we can say it's a her.
AMC found nothing.
Right.
So they reinstated him. Now you can say, okay, after all that, yes, half of the staff walked out. They're actually not even doing it live anymore. They're going to tape it.
Yeah.
His walking or talking dead.
Yeah.
But
I can't imagine that'd be a good live show right now.
No, not at all.
Oh, dude.
So there were repercussions, but he was reinstated. But he wasn't fired, like James Gunn was. He was fired.
Yeah, he was fired.
So what do you think is happening behind the scenes, and how if it is possible that right now Disney and Marvel are going, wow, we made a mistake, we need to rethink this.
Well,
how do they get out of it?
Oh, boy. How do you fucking backtrack 10-year-old pedophilia jokes? I don't know, dude. That's a tough one. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, he's already owned up to it. It's not like it's not in denial. He's not like Hardwick denied the accusation. He's like, yeah, I get it. Like, his sword is inside.
Yep.
He has impaled himself on his own sword.
Yes.
Some would argue twice for this. Like,
I agree.
He was contrite.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't fucking rage against the dying of the night. Like, he was like, yeah, there it is. All right, I'll be in the corner eating wet cigarette butts if anybody needs me.
Right.
Like, which made it, and that left the gray area, and other people filled that in.
Yeah.
Which then left him an option to go to other studios. Like, studios were like, all right, his guy isn't like completely damaged goods, and, we're not Disney.
Everybody is waiting to pounce on James Gunn. They want to hire him yesterday.
Right, which is...
I'm sure that, I'm sure DC's going, ooh, we haven't really announced a creative force behind the Green Lantern series.
Oh, dude. A James Gunn Green Lantern would be amazing.
Wouldn't it?
Oh, my God,
Wouldn't
it would be
it?
amazing. It would be absolutely amazing.
Or a James Gunn Booster Gold.
Oh, my God.
Like, think of this. Like, there's a lot. If I'm Warner Brothers, I'm salivating right now. I'm salivating right now.
Well, and I think that's the thing that is honestly, I think that's the only thing that's giving Disney pause.
Because everybody else is waiting to jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
because once the word came out about all the sexual accusers, like Kevin Spacey, like was dropped from House of Cards, nobody else picked him up.
Nobody's touching him.
Like movies that he was in that were ready to be released were like done.
Right.
House of Cards done.
Yep.
Like everybody's done.
Done. Louis C.K. same thing.
Louis C.K. And
his movie was scheduled to release that night.
And he's another one who even said, I did this. I'm an asshole. I feel bad.
Right.
And everybody else was like, yeah.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
But
that movie will never see the fucking light of day.
Never see the light of day. No.
Chloe Martz, the girl in it.
Yeah.
She was like, that movie can stay fucking buried for all I care.
Yeah.
Like, done.
Yep.
He doesn't get to come back. Not now.
Yep.
It's not like because there was rumors of like,
right.
oh, Louis C.K. Oh, I missed that show, Louis. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. And people are like, nope.
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 Nope. Hard no.
Nope.
But this James Gunn thing, and I think
you have to talk about it.
I think the situations are different.
Yes.
You
they
have
are
to look at the circumstances of this.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Like you have to talk somewhat about it, otherwise it's just weird.
You really do. You really do. And we're not taking a stance on it.
No,
right?
but you have to discuss the situation. Yeah.
You do. However you want to argue it, doing the things that Kevin Spacey and Louis C.K. did versus the things that James Gunn said.
Yes.
And apologized for, and they're different. They're different.
All right.
I feel they're different.
Okay.
I feel it's different circumstances.
Okay.
Now, had James Gunn done any of those things that he was quote unquote joking about,
gone.
It's not even a question. Not even a question.
Yeah.
You can't take back what you did to somebody else, but you can take back words. Yeah. I feel, and I think that's the difference in this situation. You didn't answer my question. How can Disney get out of this? How do you backpedal? Like, what do you do if you're Disney? If you're Bob Iger,
all right,
Igor, whatever his name is, what do you do? If you're Kevin Feige, what do you do? You go,
I don't know how you honestly. If I was Kevin Feige, if I was Bob Iger, the first thing I would ask my marketing department.
Man, I'm so glad I don't work for Disney.
The first
marketing
thing,
right now.
right? The first thing I would ask my PR firm, and I would ask my data analytics, and I would say, how successful have right-wing boycotts of the Disney product been? What is the actual dip? That is the first question I would ask, and I would look at those numbers, and I would put a monetary attachment to those numbers, and then I would compare that monetary attachment to those numbers, that dip, into what what a potential monetary dip for a full
estimate for a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 would be?
Yes.
With James Gunn or without James Gunn?
Without James Gunn.
Okay.
Like, because that's really what you're comparing against. Like, you're facing, there's another way to say it, like right-wing backlash against, a James Gunnless insurrection, like actors aren't happy, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, potentially like that kind of splitting off into potentially tainting all the other Marvel stuff. Like, who's not going to be happy with stuff like that? Like, are you going to bring up Robert Downey Jr.'s fucking past? Like,
and there lies another thing too,
right?
You want to let's take a look at Robert Downey Jr.'s past. Well, what happened with that? Why aren't we all up in arms about that?
Right.
He did some shady shit.
He did do some shady shit.
Let's look at Disney's track record.
Right.
You're
okay with Song of the South.
I'm not even talking about Song of the South. The Song of the South will never, ever, ever see a release. The only way that you're ever going to see Song of the South is if you go to Georgia, you find a... you
can find it on the internet, honestly.
Can't you just go here with me?
Go to Georgia on the internet.
Go to Georgia, walk into some five and dime souvenir shop, and you'll find some bootleg copies
Song of the South
for $10.
Yeah.
I know because that was me. I did it.
You did it?
I did. I didn't buy it, though. I should have bought it.
You did see it, though. This is like a legitimate thing?
Dude.
Oh, shit. I thought you were just being like...
No, I'm not pulling this shit out of my ass.
I was like, dude, man, why you got to pick on Georgia? Like,
no, man, I was in
there are other places that are going to sell this.
No, man, I was in Georgia at a family reunion, and we went into this, like, old school German town, and there was this souvenir shop And it was like remember the one we went to in Tennessee that had like the upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah.
So it had downstairs. It was exactly like that shop in Tennessee that we went into, and all kinds of like Georgia this and South this and like rebel flags and all this shit. Right.
I've been to places like
and
that.
right
yeah.
there was this metal bucket, and there were these. It looked like somebody made them at home. From a printer, from a regular printer, printed out some sort of label, and stuck these, and it was DVDs were written on like in a Sharpie, and that's what these were, and they were on sale for like $10. Song of the South. Never seen them in stores except for this one.
Wow.
I actually saw it, and I didn't buy it. I don't know why I didn't buy it.
Should have bought it.
I don't know. I was worried about like my credit card coming back on like a list of racists or something like that. I don't know. But there you go.
I guarantee you, they're not going to run it through as Song of the South on the credit card statement.
So I think Disney has. I know what they were trying to do.
Get it
with James Gunn. I get it. I don't fault them.
No,
I don't.
I really don't.
But I think they've got themselves into. I think it was too much of a knee-jerk reaction, and they should have really thought about this. Well, what does this mean?
Yep. Well, but to be fair to them, this is what has been done in every other single instance of outrage, male gone.
But again, they didn't look at the situation.
No, they didn't.
And they didn't consider their own history.
Well, nobody considers their own history.
And all of the people that they've worked with or are working with. Excuse me.
Do it. Achoo, he sneezes.
Yeah. They didn't look at that. And they should have.
Yeah.
Before they made any decisions.
Look, I don't know, but the answer to your question is that, like,
you go to your
how sustained can that boycott be? Like, if it actually gets enough, based on the historical track record, because there has been plenty. What are we looking at? Yeah. What are we actually looking at?
I tell you, man, I would love to be a fly on the wall.
Oh, hell yeah, dude!
Just to know.
I have the biggest data boner thinking about it.
I just want to like sit back and watch you guys like figure this out.
Yeah.
Like, let's just watch.
See what the bean these are what the bean counters get paid for.
Exactly.
Like, what is the statistical probability based on these two data sets?
There's a movie in here somewhere or a reality show.
This is like the fucking Moneyball of movies.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Moneyball of movies. There you go.
This is the Moneyball of movies. Yep. Like what? It's the RKO 281. Like, nice. This is it, man. This is what you run against.
We're gonna leave it at that because that's a great. We're way over, but that's a great point to stop. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna keep an update on it. We'll post stuff now.
Yeah.
But keep your eyes open on what happens with Disney and James Gunn. But it's very, very exciting times.
I'm glad we broke radio silence on that.
I'm glad we did too. I'm not glad that we went as far as we did, but I'm glad.
Whatever.
So anyway, we went a little heavy this time. I think
we'll lighten it up. We'll lighten it up.
Got a little talk about a little serious. I hope we kept a little bit Matt and Dave flavor in there for you.
Yeah.
But next time we'll lighten it up. We'll talk about some fun stuff, and we'll see you guys next time.
Later.